Hey, are you thinking about moving to Wasaga Beach and you're wondering about all the hiking, biking, walking, cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, everything that Wasaga Beach has to offer when you live here? Well, stick around because in this video, I'm going to take you through a bit of a tour of some of the different trails and all the trails here in Wasaga. Really, the neighborhoods are surrounded by all these trails, all those trails I mentioned, right? I want to show you all the trails around here. We'll talk about some of the homes in the different areas that go through some of the trails, and just for you to get a sense of the area. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. That way you'll be the first to know everything that you need to know about living in Wasaga Beach or the general area. My name's Kevin De Silva and I'm a local real estate agent here with Royal LePage Locations North, and I get calls all the time from people just like you that are looking to make that lifestyle change and move up here. So if that's you, it doesn't matter if you're looking to do that next month, next year, or simply you just want to learn more, reach out to me. All the ways you could do that are in the description box of this video, including a Zoom link where you can book a call directly on my calendar at a time that works for you. Now let's get on with the Wasaga Beach Fall Colors Trail Map Tour. All right, so let's dive into my computer and look at some of the trail system that works in Wasaga Beach, talk about some of the home prices in the area, how close these homes really are to the trails. It's really cool how it all interconnects. Our trail network here in Wasaga Beach. Okay, so the Explore Wasaga Beach page right here on the right side of the screen could be some valuable information about all our trails in Wasaga Beach that you could use. It's a good resource. Over 100 kilometers of scenic trails in Wasaga Beach. And there's a few things you can explore on this website right here. The sand dunes. One of my favorites. From a lookout standpoint, it's one of my favorites. It's a nice trail, but I love the lookout. It's located in the Oxbow neighborhood. It's my favorite lookout in the area. Not too many people know about it. I mean, some do, some don't. It's a very popular one over here. So again, you use this resource, the Explore Wasaga Beach website. It shows you a bunch of local trails here. The address, the difficulty, or the shoreline trail happens to be my favorite trail to actually go on. My favorite lookout's in the Oxbow, at the Oxbow Dunes, the sand dunes. But my favorite trail is shoreline. I'll just hop on my bike because I don't know, it's kind of cool. You go through the provincial park, and then sometimes you see waterfront homes, which we'll go through in a second on the other side of my screen. I just like the mix, and then you obviously see the beach, so that's really, really cool. But yeah, this is a good resource over here on the Explore Wasaga Beach page about all the local trails. And then of course the All Trails app. It's a free app. The paid version gives you more features. But yeah, let's dive in and start looking at some trails. So let's start with the Carley Patterson Memorial Trail. Let's open that up. It's not a very big trail. It looks big. I mean, I guess it is 2.5, 3 hours if you do the whole thing. I don't tend to do it as one loop. I would tend to just do the south side of it, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I'm on shore lane, I'll be doing the shore lane trail. So I won't do that as part of the Carley Patterson trail. I would rather just do one end to the other over here, like a there and back kind of thing. But it is a nice trail. Let me see if I can show you a good. There we go. While that's playing, let's look at some homes in the area on the other side of the screen of the Carley Patterson Trail. So let's see how this trail is going down Lions Court and over towards Shore Lane. I would normally just do the south side of it, but this covers through quite a few spots of the west end, the numbered streets. Goes through the Ramblewood area, the older area of Wildwood, really established exclusive area there. Then it goes over towards the numbered streets, towards 39th Street, towards the YMCA area, towards Worsley Elementary School, which is right here. So homes in these areas go, they really are all over the place, and I'll explain why. So you got a lot of cottages on the north side of Moseley on shore lane. So that would be, waterfront pricing, shore lane pricing. If we have something on, this is an anomaly, but let's say shore lane. So shore lane stuff like 1.7 on the water, or 1.227 on the water. If you're doing the short lane trail there, if you're on, let's say, you know, the numbered streets on the south side, there could be some small cottage homes for 300, high 3s and 4s, and then there could be something like, you know, $1.1 million on the south side of Moseley there. Like, look at this big brand new build, right? So that's what I mean by they're just so all over the price. We just went from 1.1 to 747. We got a raised bungalow, but now you're on the north side of Moseley. There's a price difference between the north side of Moseley and the south side of Moseley. Okay, a lot of people just don't like crossing the road, you know, to go to the beach. So the north side of Moseley tends to be a little bit more money. Okay, and then you have very different types of homes all over this general area. So that's why the homes in this area are a very different price. Over here, you'd be getting close to Worsley Elementary. So, you know, you have homes mostly in the 6s, I'd say, 6s and 7s. There's a few anomalies, like a $1 million home, but 7s is pretty standard over here. 660 for this one, if it's a little bit older, but yeah, you'll see a lot of stuff in the 7s as you see me clicking around here. 735, 740. So that gives you a sense of the Carley Patterson Trail, and that would be this side of it over here, those number streets. And the other that's cool, the other good thing, West End Wasaga, you're close to all the amenities like a Recplex Superstore. All that stuff is right there. Let's try another trail here. What's the next one we can do? I'm gonna go to the Oxbow Dunes because I love that one. So there's a lot of trails in here. Okay, so we got quite a few trails over here on the Oxbow, in the Oxbow Dunes area. You can see me hovering around them. Part of the provincial park, there's quite a few different trails. As you see, there's five trails here. The Ganaraska Trail, we have the Water Agency Loop, because there's a treatment plant there. The Wasaga River Loop. This is a nice one because you could see, you walk along the riverside for a lot of it, right? So that's really neat, and you will see the famous sand dune lookout here. The Oxbow Dunes Loop, again, you will see the sand dunes here. A lot of it kind of overlaps some of these trails over here in this area, and then there's the short loop over here. Keep in mind, this is also an entrance for the snowmobile trails in Wasaga Beach. This is where the snowmobile, the Wasaga Beach Snowmobile Club is at Klondike Park. And let's go over here to look at some home prices in Oxbow. Oxbow happens to be one of my favorite neighborhoods in Wasaga Beach, and prices again are very different depending on riverfront or not riverfront. This is a nice little cottage home, selling for $655, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and then you have something that's a bit more substantial, 6 bedrooms, 3 baths on the riverside, $1 million, almost $1,000,001 here. But then you have stuff on. Actually, this is on the riverside too. This is a gorgeous one, 1.6 million, asking, not sold. Green is asking, red is sold. Okay. And then you have some other ones that are smaller, like 475 for, this happens to be a 1-bedroom, 1 bath, $550 for a 4-bed, 2 bath. There's quite a few different price points here. 774 asking for this home. Happens to be a fixer-upper. I've been in this one, so it definitely needs a fixer-upper. 849 asking for this kind of home. So that's what you'll get on the Oxbow. But the Oxbow is so nice. It's this long. It's a dead-end street. So it starts over here on River Road, and it just kind of goes all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Then it just loops into itself over here. And then here's the sand dunes right here, right off of Woodland. So there's really not that much traffic in here unless you live in here, because it's only one way in, one way out. And this would be the entrance right here to the trail networks that we're looking at on this side of the screen over here. Okay, so a lot of nice walking in here for sure. And then if I zoom out, this all intertwines with the other neighborhoods, right? You got the Silver Birch area here, and then which would be over here, and this all connects. So all these trails are connected to different neighborhoods, right? So we're just covering some of the bigger ones, but there's all even little trails that connect too, right? So let's go on to something like, okay, There's these trails over here off of Blueberry Trails. This is actually where the Wasaga Beach. This is where the cross-country skiing is, right? Let me pull up that actually. The Nordic and Trail Center information. It's right off at 101 Blueberry Trail. Okay, so yeah, the Nordic Trail. Again, there are fees to go in, but you know that's a nice little trail over there. Hey, if you're a local, make sure to leave a comment on your favorite trail, because there's honestly so many. I'm only previewing certain sections of them, but maybe there's a lookout you like, or just this really scenic spot you like. Like for me, it's the sand dunes or something along the Wasaga River, but maybe you got something you like if you're local. So drop a comment for everybody else to know, if you're okay with sharing it, of course, because some people want to keep it their secret spot. I totally get that too. Right off again, that's right off of Blueberry Trail, kind of working towards east end Wasaga. But look at those trails in there, and they're nice, wide, they're groomed. It's really, really nice over there. Let's see what other trails we got over here. Let's go to the Shore Lane Trail. I love the Shore Lane Trail. Okay, well, this is the Shore Lane Trail. I know that All Trails is calling it the Shoreline Trail, but it's definitely not the Shoreline Trail. It is definitely the Shore Lane Trail. And it actually just goes all of Shore Lane, and it's really cool. There's a few different parts of the trail. I'm going to show you here. It just spans all of Shore Lane. This isn't even an accurate thing on all trails. Let me pull it up on. See if I can pull it up here. Well, you know what? Let's just pull it up on a map over here on this side. Basically, Shore Lane is over here, right? So you have Shore Lane, and it goes between the provincial parks. It goes between the homes, and you can go all the way from Beach Area 1, basically over here, Beach Drive, and you can go all the way. And so you'll go on Shore Lane for some of it, and then let's say it ends here. You would go through the provincial parks. And then it would continue again right here, and you just go all the way on Shore Lane. And it's cool because you get a mix of park, beach view, and then you're looking at waterfront homes. It's just a nice street. I usually bike it, and I live Midtown Wasaga, so I'll sometimes go out to here to Shore Lane, and sometimes I'll go towards Beach 1, and sometimes I'll go towards Beach 6 and towards Collingwood kind of thing, right? So sometimes I'll go on Shore Lane and go all the way here, or sometimes I'll go all the way to the end of Shore Lane, right at this dead end right here. Okay, so the Shore Lane homes, the pricing really matters on what do you have on the beach. Do you have a really large home on the beach, or do you have a cottage or something that would be considered quote unquote a teardown? Right, so that's where the pricing really changes. And then there's pockets. I always talk about the pockets of Shore Lane that people like, and what's your sunset view, because as you go around the bay, even from Beach 1 to 6, that sunset view changes. And I have clients that are very specific on what they want for the sunset view. Or do they want to be closer to Beach 1 but not too close, or do they want to be completely west end and be let's say on the Collingwood side of Shore, it's still Wasaga, but the closer side of Collingwood. And that's where homes are somewhere like 1.7, 1.227, $9.99. This might have been a teardown for that price, honestly, on Shore Lane. So there's stuff to consider. Shore Lane stuff doesn't pop up super often, especially waterside, but they do pop up here and there. So I call this one of the nice pockets right here, 14th to 15th, and even 16th, like 14th to 16th. It's really neat because you're in a pocket where you're very close to Beach 1, but you're not too close to Beach 1 and 2. So it's a little bit quieter, but you can still walk to it, right? So you could still go for a walk. It's about 15-20 minute walk, and you can be at Beach 1, go for an ice cream, check out what's going on over there, especially as the new development happens. Stay tuned for more new development videos. We do have some on the channel that you can watch for now to see what's coming. But yes, there's definitely more to come. So yeah, Shore Lane, pockets, 14th to 16th, and then I would even say 17th to 20 to 19th, actually 17th to 19th. Super nice pocket if you want to be close enough but far enough beach one. Great trail, love biking it. It's such a nice bike ride. I love doing that bike ride because like I said, sometimes I go to beach one, sometimes I go towards like beach 6 towards the other end, and that's just a great ride. You get a nice mix, but there's so many trails, right? There's all the trails we just talked about, and there's more. Like, use the All Trails app, use the Trails website for Wasaga Beach. And then let's not forget one more thing before we log off here, the snowmobile trails. The snowmobiling in Wasaga, when we have enough snow, not every year has a lot of snow, is fantastic. Keep in mind, the snowmobile, I can't pull up the Maps app because it only works in the wintertime for this trail status condition. Green meaning open, yellow meaning limited availability, and red meaning closed. But we are in District 4. It's great riding. So keep in mind snowmobiling as well. So remember, there's hiking, biking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, summer walks on the beach, biking on. My favorite, to be honest, summer bike ride down shore lane. That's my favorite. The lookout at the Oxbow Dunes all year round. It looks fantastic. But hey, that's my favorite. If you're a local, comment on your favorite. What's your favorite trail, lookout, thing to do, winter, summer? Or if you're new or thinking about moving to Wasaga, what interests you the most? What trails? Is the hiking, the biking, both the snowmobiling, the snowshoeing, the cross-country skiing? There's quite a bit to choose from. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that tour. That's all I got for today. Like I said, there's so many trails around all the neighborhoods here in Wasaga Beach, and all the way from east to west. We're surrounded by provincial park, right? So there's just so many trails around. Showed you some of my favorites, the Oxbow Dunes, Shore Lane. If you want to learn more about everything in Wasaga Beach, make sure to reach out to me. All the ways you could do that are in the description box of this video, including a Zoom link where you can book a call directly on my calendar at a time that works for you. Until then, I'm looking forward to helping you make a smooth move to Wasaga Beach.